The moment you pressed play, heaven moved. This is not just a video. This is a divine summoning. Not by coincidence. Not by mistake. But by eternal design. You, chosen one, yes, you, have been drawn here by something greater than logic, louder than fear, stronger than the chains of your past. A holy whisper moved through the universe and reached your spirit. And now, the heavens are holding their breath, because you're standing at the edge of a spiritual revolution that is about to change everything. Listen closely. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. You are not here to repeat the patterns of broken generations. You were handpicked by the God who paints galaxies with his breath. Marked. Anointed. Positioned in silence, for a loud unveiling. And now, the veil is lifting. This is the hour when heaven speaks your name out loud. This isn't just a blessing, it's a revolution, beloved. What's coming is more than answered prayers. It is the reordering of your reality. It is the collapse of old cycles, the shattering of generational chains, the reversal of the enemy's agenda. This moment was written in divine ink before your first breath. God is about to break the back of everything that tried to bury you. But first, he needed your full attention. So he let the ground shake beneath your feet. He allowed doors to close. He let the silence stretch, not to forsake you, but to awaken you. You see, destiny rarely announces itself in comfort. It roars from the edge of disruption. And now, God is saying, rise, chosen one. I have waited long enough. The hour has come. And you are ready. You've been prepared in the dark. Let's tell the truth, the pain you carried. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The nights you wept in silence. The storms you endured while others slept in peace, the rejection that nearly crushed your chest. God saw all of it. And still, he said, this one is mine. You were never forgotten. You were forged. The pressure wasn't to destroy you. It was heaven's way of shaping something rare, someone who could carry a destiny as weighty as yours. Because when you are chosen, you're not trained in the spotlight. You're carved in secret. But now, the season of hiddenness is ending. And the world is about to see the fire that's been forming in you all along. But first, a call to alignment before we go deeper. Before heaven unveils what has been concealed, I need you to align your spirit. This is a sacred moment. A divine alignment. Here's what you must do: pause, and breathe. You're not just watching. You're stepping into destiny. Tap like, not for vanity, but to amplify this moment. It's a signal to heaven and earth that you're receiving. Subscribe, because this is not a one-time word. This is the beginning of your divine mentorship. Comment 777 below. A number of heavenly alignment and spiritual completion. This is your covenant code. You're not alone. Thousands of chosen ones are awakening, right now, across the earth. You've found your tribe. Now lean in, because what's coming next is holy ground. God is not finished, he's just getting started. You may feel bruised. Worn. Tired of waiting. Tired of being strong. But hear me, your endurance has not been in vain. Every tear watered a promise. Every no preserved a greater yes. Every silence was God protecting what is sacred. And now, the divine gates are opening. The pain was necessary to give birth to the promise. Just like Joseph, sold and imprisoned before being elevated to power. Just like Esther, hidden before being crowned queen. You, too, were prepared in secret for a public rise. The world saw brokenness. God saw destiny. They may have looked at you and seen weakness. But God saw a warrior. They may have said you'd never rise. But heaven wrote your comeback before your critics ever spoke. Chosen one, this is not just about feeling better. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. Beloved chosen one, you've been asking questions in the dark. Why the delay? Why did they walk away? Why did the door slam just as I reached it? But heaven wants you to understand something today, and hear it with your spirit, not just your ears. What you called delay was divine design. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. It wasn't punishment. It was preservation. Because had you received what you were praying for in the last season, it would have crushed you, not crowned you. God was not trying to break your heart. He was trying to save your destiny. The truth about what was hidden. You cried over the people who left. You grieved the silence of those who once called you friend. But heaven says, if they could walk away, they were never sent to stay. Some walked out not because you weren't enough, but because your light exposed their shadows. Your presence carried too much clarity for their hidden intentions. They saw your potential. They feared your becoming. So they distanced themselves, cloaking their fear in silence, calling it space, when it was actually spiritual retreat. Don't chase what God removed. Don't beg for the friendship He disrupted. Some were not aligned with your calling, they were assigned to your confusion. God allowed the distance to protect your destiny. Heaven was protecting you from what you couldn't see. There were decisions made in secret about you. Conversations whispered behind closed doors that your ears were never meant to hear. But your spirit knew. That tension in your chest, that weight that fell on you in certain rooms, that was divine discernment, not anxiety. You knew something was off even before it was revealed. That's because your soul is not blind. It's been marked by heaven. And when you're marked by heaven, you feel the shifts others try to hide. They kept the truth from you thinking it would protect you. But what they didn't know was, you were born for truth. You were built to carry the weight of revelation. And now, that hidden truth is rising. The lies are unraveling. And the truth? It's not coming to break you. It's coming to build you. God hid you to heal you. There was a season when everything went silent. No answers. No breakthroughs. No open doors. And you started to question, did heaven forget me? But hear this, heaven didn't go quiet to abandon you. Heaven went quiet to incubate you. Because when God is preparing something sacred, He does it in silence. Ask the caterpillar. It disappears into darkness, unseen, untouched. But when the cocoon breaks open, what emerges is unrecognizable. Beautiful. Transformed. Chosen one, your cocoon season is ending. And what God is about to reveal through you will astound even those who once dismissed you. The rise begins with release, but before the unveiling, there must be a release. You must lay down the guilt that was never yours to carry. Let go of the false identities they projected onto you. You are not the failure they whispered about. You are not the mistake they tried to label you as. You are not the afterthought. You are the evidence of divine intention. God is not in the business of creating accidents. You are strategic. You are essential. You are divinely necessary. A prophetic declaration over you right now. Lift your hands, even now if you can, and receive this prophetic decree. The season of silence is over. The heavens are opening. And everything that has been delayed is now being delivered. The shame? Gone. The confusion? Cleared. The identity crisis? Resolved. You are not what they called you. You are what He named you, chosen. Anointed. Set apart. God is releasing heavenly compensation. Let me speak clearly now, there is compensation coming. For every tear. For every betrayal. For every closed door, missed opportunity, and sleepless night, heaven is preparing divine repayment. Joel 2 verse 25 says, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. That means not just healing, but redemption. Not just moving on, but making up for. You will not only recover. You will receive double. Chosen one, you've cried in silence, but heaven is about to answer in public. Everything that was done to discredit you in the dark. Every whisper that sought to assassinate your character. Every lie that slithered its way into the ears of people you once trusted. God is flipping the script. And when he does it, it will not be subtle. It will be seen. The pain you endured was not wasted. You thought the injustice was forgotten. You wondered if the pain was meaningless. But heaven is whispering over you now, not a single tear was lost. I recorded every one. Psalm 56 verse 8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle." Heaven is not blind. God has not been silent because he approved of what they did. He has been strategic. The delay was not denial, it was set up. And now, the divine moment is here, vindication. Heaven is rewriting the narrative. There is a page in the book of destiny where your name has been written in bold. Underlined. Highlighted. Because your story is not over, it's about to shift. The false narratives spoken about you are collapsing. Every plot the enemy built around your downfall is now reversing. Those who once said, "You'd never make it," will watch you rise. Not out of spite. But as proof that God exalts the humble. That he defends his chosen. That when man disqualifies, God requalifies. You are walking into a chapter where you will not have to defend yourself. God will do it for you. They will regret the silence. There were people who knew the truth but stayed silent. They had a chance to speak up. To correct the lie. To defend your name. But they didn't. They watched you bleed. And now, they're haunted by the sound of your silence. Their guilt is growing louder than your words ever could. They're praying from afar that somehow, someway, God allows you to heal. And he will. But not through their apology. Through his vindication. Because you don't need their confession when you have God's elevation. Your voice is being restored. The enemy tried to mute you. To make you doubt your worth, your insight, your discernment. You were once loud with faith, but life dimmed your voice. Now God says, it's time to speak again. You will not whisper anymore. You will roar with truth. With authority. With divine fire in your bones. Your testimony will carry weight. Your story will heal others. Your voice will open chains. God will reintroduce you with power. Get ready, chosen one. You are about to be reintroduced. Not as the one who was broken. Not as the one who was betrayed. But as the one who rose from it. You are being revealed. And not for show. For impact. The people who once said, "Who do they think they are?" will ask, "How did they survive that?" You'll walk into rooms that once ignored you, and be the answer to their problem. You'll sit at tables you were never invited to, but now, they won't start until you speak. God is not just restoring you. He's establishing you. Scripture for this season: Isaiah 61 verse 7, "Instead of your shame, you shall have double honor." Psalm 23 verse 5, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." Romans 8 verse 28, "All things work together for the good of those who love him." This is your season of divine reversal. From dishonor to honor. From confusion to clarity. From overlook to overflow. Chosen one, what they tried to block, God is now unlocking. What they tried to shut in your face, heaven is flinging wide open. This is not just poetic language. This is prophecy manifesting. You thought it was over when they rejected you. When they closed that door, when they looked at you like you didn't belong, like you were too late, too much, or not enough. But God says, they closed the wrong door on the right person. Now watch what I do next. Heaven is opening doors man cannot shut. There are doors only God can open. No degree. No connection. No title. No popularity can unlock what favor can. And you, chosen one, are marked with heaven's favor. Revelation 3 verse 8 declares, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Not even your past mistakes. Not even your insecurities. Not even the lies they spread. The rejection was divine redirection. They didn't see your worth, and that's okay. Because their no positioned you for God's yes. You weren't meant to stay there anyway. That room couldn't contain the version of you that's emerging. You've outgrown the spaces that once barely tolerated your light. God didn't allow the rejection to punish you. He allowed it to protect you. Because what's ahead requires more room, more reach, more anointing. They thought pushing you out would end you. But it only set you up for elevation. They will watch you walk into better. The very ones who dismissed you. Who laughed when your name came up. Who said you were trying too hard, aiming too high will witness what favor looks like when it's heaven approved. They thought they ended the chapter. But God is the author. And He's just getting started. Psalm 118 verse 22 says, the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. You are the cornerstone, chosen one. What they threw away. God is making the foundation of something eternal. Your hands are being blessed. The enemy tried to tire your hands. To make you stop building. To exhaust you with delay and betrayal. But now God says, I'll tie your hands. Because what I place in them next will blow your mind. You're going to build again. But this time, with clarity. With speed. With divine backing. Everything your hands touch in this season will multiply. Everything you begin will carry the fragrance of heaven. They said you were wasting your time. But they didn't know you were planting for a supernatural harvest. This time, you're walking through with power. When God opens this next door, you're not walking through with doubt. You're walking through in power. In full identity. No more shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. No more apologizing for being gifted. No more holding back your voice, your presence, or your fire. God is putting you in places where your name has already been spoken. Where the room is waiting for what you carry. Prophetic signs of this new door. You'll start to notice, people reaching out who once overlooked you. Opportunities resurrecting that once felt dead. Supernatural provision coming from unexpected places. Peace when you enter new spaces, because your spirit knows this is divine. This is not hype. This is your heavenly green light. And once God opens it, you don't need their permission. You walk in bold, knowing you were sent. Spiritual warfare won't stop this door. Yes, warfare increases when breakthrough is near. You've been feeling the resistance. Sleepless nights. Emotional heaviness. Old triggers. But hear this, that's confirmation. The enemy never fights empty doors. He only fights what's about to open. But guess what? He's already too late. Heaven has already turned the handle. The hinges are already moving. You are one step away from everything shifting. Scripture anchors for this moment. Isaiah 22 verse 22, what He opens no one can shut, and what He shuts no one can open. Deuteronomy 28 verse 12, the Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of His bounty. Psalm 84 verse 11, no good thing will He withhold from those who walk uprightly. Prophetic declaration. Say this out loud, the doors that were closed are being opened for me. I am not behind. I am right on time. I walk through every open door with authority, faith, and favor. Chosen God has gone before me, and I will not miss what He never saw coming. Type the open doors in the comments if you feel this in your spirit. The stage is set. And get ready. The lights are shifting. And God is about to make you a living testimony in full view of the world. You've waited quietly. You've endured silently. You've healed privately. But now God says, what I did in secret, I'm about to display in public. Your wilderness was not a waste. That season of isolation. Of feeling unseen, unchosen, overlooked. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You weren't buried. You were planted. And now, like a seed pushing through the soil, you are rising. The roots God built beneath the surface, strength, wisdom, discernment, resilience, are about to support something so powerful, no storm can shake it. Luke 12 verse 2 echoes this truth: there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. Your season of hiddenness is ending. Heaven is announcing your arrival. From private tears to public triumph they saw the struggle, but they never saw the surrender. They witnessed the fall, but they missed the fight it took to stand again. Now they're about to witness the favor. God is preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies, Psalm 23 verse 5. Not out of revenge, but out of redemption. Because when God elevates you, He doesn't do it behind the curtain. He raises you in the very place you were broken. So those who misjudged you will have no choice but to see what the hand of God can do. Heaven's promotion is here. This is more than applause. This is more than platform. This is promotion with purpose. God isn't elevating you to impress people. He's elevating you to influence destiny. Every step forward you take in obedience unlocks freedom for someone watching your life. There is healing in your rising. There is hope in your breakthrough. You are becoming the evidence that faith wins. You are becoming the proof that waiting on God is never in vain. People will ask, what happened to them? And the answer will be simple: God. Not hustle. Not luck. Not charm. Not compromise. But God's hand, God's timing, God's favor. Isaiah 60 verse 22 says, "At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen." You're about to walk into rooms you didn't apply for. Receive blessings you didn't chase. Live a reality you only once dreamed of. Not because you forced it, but because you were faithful. Signs that public glory is near. Watch for the shift, people from your past reaching out with curiosity. Unexpected favor in small areas that snowball into bigger moments. Unexplainable peace in the middle of chaos. Repeating numbers, dreams, or signs confirming movement. A sudden pull to step into what you've been afraid to claim. Don't ignore it. This is God's whispered invitation into more. You're not just called. You're released. God will make your story a soundtrack for others. What you survived will become someone else's survival guide. What you overcame will be a blueprint for the broken. The parts of your life that felt like the end will now be the beginning of revival for others. He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others. This is not just your breakthrough. It's a breakthrough for generations. Heaven will reintroduce you when you walk into the next season. People will recognize you, but not understand you. Because you're not the same. You don't think the same. You don't settle the same. You don't serve the same. You have been refined by fire and anointed with oil. And now, heaven is placing a crown on your head that cannot be removed by human opinion. God is reintroducing you as a kingdom builder, a legacy shifter, a light bearer, a miracle in motion. Final prophetic declaration. Stand up, right where you are. Place your hand over your heart and declare with boldness, I was chosen for this. My name is known in heaven. I will no longer dim my light. I am walking boldly into what God has ordained for me. No delay, no detour, no doubt. The glory of God is rising through me now. Type, "My time has come," in the comments to seal it in the Spirit. End of the divine unfolding, but only the beginning for you. The message is complete. The prophecy has been spoken. And now, you must move. Move like you're called. Pray like it's already yours. Prepare like the door is opening. Because it is. Let this entire journey remind you, you were never forgotten. You were never late. You were never ordinary. You were chosen, prepared, appointed, and now released. The light is on you. Heaven is watching. And the world is about to know the power of a chosen one walking fully in purpose.